Okay. ఓకే, నిన్న ఫార్ లూపు నెస్టెడ్ ఫార్ లూప్ వరకు చూసాం. టుడే విల్ కంటిన్యూ విత్ వైల్ లూప్. ఓకే, ఫార్ లూప్ ఒకసారి గుర్తుంది కదా మీకు. దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ఇనిషియలైజేషన్ పార్ట్, డిక్లరేషన్ అండ్ ఇనిషియలైజేషన్ పార్ట్. దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ చెక్ కండిషన్ and this is called incremental operator. So you can start from 0, move until 10, keep on incrementing. It's the opposite of that. You can start from 10, go until 0 by decrementing 1 each time. Okay, so to differentiate I'll print something. Okay, so first this loop started from 0, moved until 9, and this loop started from 10, moved until 0. Okay, now while loop. Int I equal to 10. While here is the condition, we check for some condition. I greater than 0, sy so println I, and I will decrement it. See, initially I value is 10. Here first we are checking whether I greater than 0. Since 10 greater than 0, it came inside the loop. It printed that value, printed 10, then decremented it. So when it is decremented, 10 becomes 9. Again it goes and checks. Now 9 greater than 0, again condition passed. The code gets executed. Now I minus 1, 9 becomes 8. So it gets keep on executed until I greater than 0. Okay, so after 1, when I gets decremented, I value becomes 0. Here it checks 0 greater than 0, this condition fails and this code won't get executed. Okay, this is simple, very simple. So this loop executes as long as this condition is satisfied. I'll do I int j equal to 0 while j less than 10, j so tell me now, I should use incremental operator or decremental operator?
Incremental.
Which operator I need to use?
Incremental.
Incremental, because you are starting from 0. Okay, you need to reach until 10. Okay, for that every time you keep on increasing j value. Okay, the first loop started from 10, printed until 1. Second loop started from 0, printed until 9. When j value became 10, this condition fails and this code will not get executed and this comes out of the loop. Okay, suppose if I don't use this condition properly, so I will comment this out. Okay, and starting from j equal to 0, if I use j greater than 10, what happens? Okay, so it first checks initially j value equal to 0. It checks whether j greater than 10, 0 greater than 10, 0 is not greater than 10, so this condition fails. It will not come into this loop at all. Okay, nothing got printed here. Okay, now suppose I'll take j value as 11, I'll run it. See, it went into infinite loop. I'll start the execution. Why it went into infinite loop? J value is 11. You are checking whether j greater than 10. So first time it checks 11 greater than 10. It comes inside, prints the value of 10, then increments. Prints the value of 11, then increments. 11 becomes 12. Now 12 greater than 10. That is printed and incremented. So now j value is always above 10. So this condition is always success. So that's why it went into infinite loop. So be careful when you write in your while loop in your code. You are using proper incrementer and proper condition. Okay. Got it? So when we use while loop, if the condition is not matched, so it first checks the condition. If the condition is passed, then only it comes inside loop. Okay. Next. Do while. This is the syntax. So here take int I equal to 10, do something. What I'll do, I'll print I, then I'll increment it. I'll put some condition while I less than 20. Okay. What happens? Initially I value is 10. It comes inside, prints that I value. Okay. Then increments it. 10 becomes 11 here. It checks 11 is less than 20. Again go back. Execute do, checks the condition. When I value reaches 20, I value reaches 19, it prints 19. Okay, here it printed 19 in this line. Then I got incremented, 19 becomes 20. Here I less than 20. Condition is I less than 20. 20 is not less than 20. So it gets exited out of the loop. Okay. So the difference between do loop and do while loop is difference between while loop and do while loop is, in while loop we check the condition first. If the condition matches, we execute some piece of code and we will repeat until the condition matches. If the condition fails, we'll exit out of the loop. In case of do while loop, we'll execute the piece of code first, then check for the condition. Okay, see here itself I'll write while loop. While I'll use int j equal to 10. I'll write same piece of code. I put the same condition. Okay, j plus plus. So now I'll use the separator. Okay, so here I took int j equal to 10 while j less than 20, print this j plus plus. Here the same code, but I am using do while loop here. First I am printing, then in while condition I am checking the same condition. I'll execute now. See what happens. Okay, here it started from 10, it checks whether 10 less than 20, condition passed, 10 is printed, 10 becomes 11, again condition is checked, 11 less than 20, condition passed, until 19. Okay, 19 less than 20. When 19 becomes 20, this condition fails, this code will not get executed. Here also, when 19 becomes 20, this condition fails and the next iteration will not be done. So both the loops are doing the same thing. Then what is the difference? I'll show. I'll take another case where I'll take both the loops. Okay, I'll comment it out. Okay, what I'll do, int j equal to 10, I increment j plus plus while j less than 0. Here also I'll put I less than 0. Ideally I'm taking the value of j equal to 10, j as 10. Okay, I'm checking whether j less than 0. 10 less than 0, no. And I'm always incrementing. 10 becomes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It keeps on going. Its value never be lower than 0. So this code will never get executed present inside it because there is no possibility. Here also, see, let me run this. Okay, see, separator got printed. Here it is printing. This printed 10 and this did not print anything. I'll tell you why. Here the condition is first checked. 10 less than 0. Condition is failed. It never gets into the loop. It exits the loop. But here first we are executing. I value equal to 10. I am printing out 10. Now I am checking 10 is incremented to 11. Since 11 less than 0 is false, this exits out of this loop. Okay, that's why 10 got printed. You understood? So
Yes, bhai.
this question is very like this. This difference is very crucial, because in many interviews they ask, even if you know this functionality correctly, we can use this properly in our coding. Okay. So in while, first condition check, in do, first code executed, then condition check. Okay. So this is the difference between do loop and do while loop. What's next? Difference between while and do while loop, just we have discussed. Now advanced for loop. This is also called as for each loop. So this loop I'll discuss when we discuss arrays in the next class. Okay. For now I am not discussing this. Now break statement. So break and continue. I'll use see, I created a class with name break statement, but in the class I have changed that name. It's throwing error because this name and this name is not matching. Now when I mouse over on it, it's asking me whether to rename this or to rename this. So I want to change the name. Since I want to change the name, I'll do this. Now the class name also got changed to break and continue statements. Okay. We can use this break and continue statements. They can be used in any loop. I'll give an example of for loop. I equal to 0, I less than n, I less than 10, I plus plus. Si, so, println I. So this prints 0 through 9. Suppose if I'll print it, if I equal to 5, I equals to 5. Okay, I want to do comparison, so you should not use single. Insert, where is insert? I equal to 5, then I'll do break. What break means is, so loop starts at 0, it has to run until I less than 10. So if I equal to 5, I want to break out of the loop. So as soon as I value becomes 5, it breaks out of the loop. It will not execute further indices. See, it printed only until 5. Once I value became 5, it broke out of the loop. Okay. Now instead of break, I'll use continue. This makes sense. Suppose nothing is there, prints everything. If I do continue, break is working fine. Continue actually means, so if this condition is matched, then continue to next. So if I equal to 5, no, okay, we'll discuss about this continue later. Maybe this should not be used in this loop. Okay, so actually break means if some condition is matched, you don't want to continue it further loop iterations, you want to break out of the loop, then use that break. So whenever you use break, don't forget to use the condition. Okay, you don't want to break always, you want to break only when particular condition is reached. Suppose if there is an array of 10 numbers, 10 integers, so you want to check whether a particular integer is present in that array. Okay, what you will do, you compare your number with each element present in the array. As soon as you find, suppose if that element is matched, that means you found your number in the array, then you want to break out of it, because you already confirmed that your number is there. You don't want to check for the remaining 7 integers. Okay, this is one example. So since we have not yet discussed about arrays, when we I'll give that example also for you. Okay, right now just try to understand what the break is. We'll discuss about the arrays example when you finish discussing arrays. Okay, break statement, continue statement. Next, now, so we are done with Java loop statements. We'll try some examples on these loops. Okay, first is listing even and odd numbers. So by this time you might have understood what a package is. Package is nothing but grouping of similar classes or logical arrangement of classes. So I want to list even numbers and odd numbers which are below 100. For that, what I will do, for int I equals to, I will start from 1, I less than equal to 100, I plus plus, if I percentile 2 equals to 0. What does that mean? When you divided a number with 2, if the remainder is 0, then that is I will explain you what is this system out println method, what are all the things it can do. Okay, else I is odd. Okay, 2 even, 3 is odd, 3, 4 even. Here we are using loop, condition, then operator, modulus operator, then equals operator. Okay, many things we are using. Next example is factorial. So you know what factorial means? 4, suppose 4 factorial equals to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, suppose 5 factorial, then 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. We want to write the code. Suppose if I want to equal to 5, I take the number 5. I want to calculate 5 factorial. Then what I will do, for int I equals to 5, I less than equals to 1, I am starting from 5, I want to move until 1, that means I need to decrement. Okay, each time I want to reduce the value of I by 1 and see. Okay, I will take another integer whose name is factorial value equals to, I will initialize its value to 1. Now factorial value equal to factorial value into I. Once that thing is completely done, outside the loop I will print factorial. Sorry, I less than equal to 1, I minus 1 equal to 5, 1 factorial equal to 1. First time 1 into 1, 5 into 1. Next time I equal to 4. What happened? I equal to 5, I less than or equal to 1, I minus minus. So it's getting executed only once. Sorry, the condition is wrong. I equal to 5, I want to move until I greater than or equal to 1. Okay, commenting at that line, executing it. So the value is 120. What happens? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, this value equal to 120. That value got calculated. Here I took another integer factorial value, initialize it with 1. Now I am running loop. First I equal to 5. What happens? 5 into initial value of factorial value equal to 1, right? So now factorial value becomes 5 into 1 equal to 5. Next I equal to 4. Here 5 into 4. Next 5 into 4 equal to 20. This value becomes 20 into I equal to 3. Okay, that's how it gets calculated. I'll print what happens in every loop. See, first it became 5 factorial value, then it became 20. That means 5 into 4 equal to 20. 20 into 3 equal to 60. 60 into 2 equal to 120. 120 into 1 equal to 120. The final value is 120. Okay, this is how factorial has to be calculated. Next one is Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series is 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 plus 1 equal to 3, 3 plus 2 equal to 5, 5 plus 3 equal to 8, 8 plus 5 equal to 13, 13 plus 8 equal to 21, and so on. Okay, so anyone who doesn't know what Fibonacci series is, I hope everyone knows it. So I am not explaining what the series is. This is how it looks. Now we want to generate the same values using a program. Okay, here the goal is that print first 10 numbers. This is the goal. What I will do, I will take one variable int a equal to 0, int b equal to 1, int c I am taking. Okay, now for int I equals to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. So I am running the loop 10 times since I want 10 numbers. Now see, so when you want to run, now I have total 3 variables. Suppose a value equal to 0, b value equal to 1, c equal to a plus b. Any place, take any 3 adjacent numbers. If a equal to 3, b equal to 5, c value becomes 8. If I take these 3 adjacent numbers, if a equal to 8, b equal to 13, c equal to 13 plus 8 equal to 21. So c is always a plus b. What I will do, c equal to a plus b. Okay, now I calculated c value. Suppose I take this. Okay, c equal to 5 plus 3 equal to 8. Once this is done, I want to move to next 3 numbers. In that case, what I need to do, a equal to, I am putting value of b in a. Okay, then in b I am putting value of c. So basically what I am doing, if I have a plus b, suppose consider these 3 adjacent numbers. if a equal to 2, b equal to 3, I am calculating c as a plus b 5. Now I am moving to next 3. I am moving one step right. Now in that case what I need to do, in a, so I need to put the value of b, in b I need to put the value of c. Next time I again have to repeat the same steps. A. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 1 equal to 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 6. This is the Fibonacci series. How many numbers it get printed? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers. Suppose if I want to print 100 numbers, it does the same thing. It went out of range, so that's why it's not. So in that case I need to use long. It went out of range for long also. Okay, so I will print some 20 values. This is well within range. Okay, this is how we print Fibonacci series. So I'll share all these examples with you. So try to practice. Not try, mandatorily you practice it once. Once you don't need to write them on your own. You copy them, write them with your hands, see what happening. After every step you put debug points, or you try to print within the loop to see what happens after every loop. Okay, suppose A, B, so this is how in every iteration the value of A, B, C keep on changing. In first iteration value of A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to A plus B, 0, 1, 1. Okay, in the next iteration value of A became B. Okay, value of B became C, C nothing but A plus B, right? Okay, C became right. So you observe these values, you will easily understand what happens in each iteration. Okay, so I am just showing how you can debug your loops. If you are confused, this is one way to do that. And one thing, there is one system out print ln, and there is just print. So when you use print ln, by default the value gets printed in new line. Okay, so here see what I am doing, it's printing A. Now it's printing B in the same line because I am not using line, so B got printed in the same line. To keep space between A and B, I am using this space. Okay, similarly value of C also gets printed in the same line because I am not using print ln, I am just using print. To maintain space between B and C, I am using this thing. Okay, that's why it got printed. Once ABC got printed, now ABC got printed, I am just using system.println. That means it changes line. Okay, I am not providing any value in it, just giving system.println. which just changes the line. Now the line is changed. Now A gets printed here, B gets printed, C gets printed. Now the line is changed again. Okay. This is how system out println and system out print works. So understood Fibonacci series? It's a bit confusing unless you execute it on your own. Now pyramid example. Okay, so I want to print something like this: star, 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 until 5 stars. Now you will understand. In this example, you will understand system out println, system out print easily. Okay. In order to do this, for this, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, total 5 lines are there. Okay, first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. In each line, in first line there is only 1, in second line there is 2, in third line 3, fourth line 4, fifth line, fourth line how many are there? 4, fifth line 5. Okay, for this I need to use 2 loops, nested for loop. For int I equal to 0, I less than equals to 5, since there are 5 rows, 5 I less than 5, I'll use I plus plus. Okay, now within for loop I'll use another for loop, because for the number of rows I am maintaining one loop. In each row there are again number of columns, right? For each column I need to maintain another loop. I will take int j equals to 0, j less than 5. First j plus plus, use since it's just character, I'll directly use star. Let's see what happens. We'll go step by step. Okay, so it printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, total 25. So 5 into 5. So there are total outer loop, 5 outer loops. In each loop there are 5 iterations again, inner loop. So total 5 into 5 equal to 25. 25 values got printed. So what I want, I don't want them like this. I want them like a pyramid. So what I'll do, for after every loop I'll simply use system out println. Okay, see what happens. So it's maintaining space. Okay, let's not do this now. So initially these are like this, right? So now I'll remove ln. What it did, it printed all 25 stars in a single row. What I want, after each loop I want to shift to next line. So for that, I'll just print system out println. So now what happened? First, initially I equal to 0. That means this row, this is 0th row, this is first row, this is second row, third row, fourth row. Okay. For I equal to 0, that means this row. In this row, for int j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. J equal to 0, j equal to 1, j equal to 2, 3, 4. Total 5. 0 to 4 means 5. Here, since I am not using ln, I am using only print, they are all getting printed in same line. Since I gave space after star, so this got printed in one amount. In the first attempt, star and the space beside that star got printed. In the next attempt, star, the space beside that. Next attempt, star, the space beside that. Similarly like this. Okay? Printed. Okay, now you understood, right? So after every loop, this inner loop represents these 5 stars. Okay, now this loop completely gets executed. I am just typing system.println, which means I am changing to next line. In next line, I am again printing. Okay, printing all the 5. Now I am changing the line. Now I came to third line. In third line, I am executing this. Okay, like this. So this got printed like a matrix, but this is not we want. We want pyramid. For that, I don't want to run j 5 times always. In the first iteration, j should be run only once because pyramid, right? I need pyramid, right? Okay, in the first iteration, the inner loop should get executed only once. In the second, when I equal to 0, j should get executed only once. When I equal to 1, j should get executed only 2 times. When I equal to 2, j should executed only 3 times. Okay, what I'll do, j less than I. Okay, let's see what happens. It got printed, but only 4. Here we are missing one thing. J less than I plus 1. Now it printed properly. Okay, so what does that mean? When I equal to 0, so let me change everything to okay, now 0 to less than 5 is same as 1 to less than or equal to 5. Okay, total 5 iterations. Similarly, j equal to 1 to j less than I plus 1. Okay, so what happens when I equals to 1? I want j to be executed only once. Okay, let's see how many times get executed. J equal to 1, j less than I plus 1. What is the value of I in the first iteration? 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So now this loop becomes j equal to 1, j less than 2, j plus plus. Okay, it becomes like this. For int j equals to 1, j less than 2, j plus plus. Okay, this loop gets executed how many times? Only once. First time j equal to 1. Next, when j gets incremented, j value becomes 2. Since j less than 2 is 2 less than 2 is false, this won't get executed. Only once. Similarly, when I equals to I value becomes 2. That means second iteration of I. Here 2 plus 1 equal to 3. J equal to 1 to j less than 3. This gets executed, j equal to 1, j equal to 2. When it becomes j equal to 3, this condition fails. It won't get executed. Okay? Understood? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I am assuming everyone understood it.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, bhaiya.
Yes, got it.
okay, see, I picked best examples for beginners to learn. Okay, try practicing them. They look simple, but when you try execute them, you will actually need to think a lot about it. Once you think, you will understand it properly. Okay, next, next is arrays. We started at 9, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
భయ్యా రేపు ఎప్పుడు భయ్యా రేస్గా
రేపు చెప్దామా?
చెప్పేసి
ఓకే ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
ఎందుకంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి ఉండదు కొంచెం లైట్
అది మంచి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి మీరు. ఓకే, షేర్ చేస్తాను మీకు.
ఓకే,
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. సో రేపు అరేస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇంకా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఉంటాయి. ఇంక వెళ్ళే కొద్దీ బాగా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఉంటాయి అన్నీ. ఓన్లీ వెన్ యూ ప్రాక్టీస్. ఓకే, సో మీరు ప్రతిరోజు అయిన తర్వాత ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. బికాస్ మీరు ఈ తర్వాత వచ్చే అడ్వాన్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, నీకు సపోజ్ ర్యాపర్ క్లాసెస్, ఈ అరేస్, కలెక్షన్స్, నువ్వు ఎక్కువ వాడదు వాటిని. ఓకే, జస్ట్ ఏదో తెలిస్తే చాలు. ఎక్కువ వాడేది ఏంటంటే మనం ఈ లూప్స్, ఈ అరేస్, వేరియబుల్స్ పెట్టుకోవడము, ఏ వేరియబుల్ ఎప్పుడు వాడాలి. ఓకే, అది మనం ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే మన సిలీనియం రేంజ్కి ఈ లూప్స్, ఈ వేరియబుల్స్, ఓకేనా, ఇవి బాగా తెలిస్తే చాలు. నువ్వు ఊప్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అవి కూడా అవసరం లేదు వీటికి ఎక్కువ. ఒక క్లాస్లో మల్టిపుల్ వేరియబుల్స్ డిక్లేర్ చేయడము, మల్టిపుల్ మెథడ్స్ చేయడము, కాల్ చేయడము, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయడము. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ వెరీ వెరీ బేసిక్, అడ్వాన్స్డ్ కాదు. సిలీనియంకి ఇవి చాలు. సో మెయిన్ ఏంటంటే మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఇప్పటివరకు చెప్పే ఇనిషియల్ క్లాసెస్లో ఇవేమేమి చెప్పానో ఇవి బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా, మీ కోడింగ్ చాలా ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే సిద్ధ.
ఓకే మరి, సరే, మళ్ళీ ఇంకా మండే కలుద్దామా?
ఇష్టం భయ్యా.
ఓకే, మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ప్రస్తుతానికి ఏంటంటే మీరు ఇప్పుడు గోల్ ఏంటంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఇది షేర్ చేస్తాను మీకు. మీరు ఇంకా ఎవరైనా సెటప్ చేసుకోలేదంటే జావా, ఎక్లిప్స్ ఈ రెండు సెటప్ చేసుకోండి. క్లాస్ వేరియబుల్స్ అవి పెట్టుకోవడము ఖచ్చితంగా సెటప్ చేసుకొని ఇవి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా? యాజ్ దిస్
వద్దా భయ్యా? సాటర్డే సండే వద్దా?
లేదు, మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ఇప్పుడు. ఓకేనా?
సర్లే, ఓకే
చేయండి. ఎందుకంటే నెక్స్ట్ వీక్లో అరేస్, స్ట్రింగ్స్ అవి కొంచెం ఇంకా అవుతాయి. మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే మంచిది. మీరు ఇప్పుడు చేయలేదంటే మళ్ళీ కష్టం. ఓకేనా? నేను మీకు ఎవరైనా ఎక్కడైనా స్ట్రక్ అయినా నాకు ఒకసారి కాల్ చేయండి, నేను చెప్తాను. కాల్ అంటే స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేసి చెప్పినా కానీ మీరు సాల్వ్ చేస్తారు. యూ షుడ్ బి ఏబుల్ టు సెటప్, యూ షుడ్ బి ఏబుల్ టు రన్ ద టెస్ట్. ఎక్లిప్స్లో రన్ చేసి మీరు అవుట్పుట్ చూడగలగాలి. ఈ వీకెండ్ టార్గెట్. ఇప్పటివరకు మనం చేసిన లూప్స్ అవన్నీ, వేరియబుల్స్ అవన్నీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకపోయినా కానీ ఇవన్నీ లూప్స్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, మళ్ళీ తర్వాత ఇఫ్ ఎల్స్ కండిషన్స్ ఇవన్నీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ఆపరేటర్స్ కొత్త ఏం అవసరం లేదు. ఏ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇస్తున్నా అవే చేయండి ప్రస్తుతానికి. ఓకే ఓకే, బాయ్, గుడ్ నైట్.
బాయ్ బాయ్ బాయ్.
బాయ్.
Shit.